Welcome back, everybody. I am Headwound, and this is On the Mark. This is a special episode that we're doing. We are going to show you how to create a green screen on the cheap. Yes, you'll notice this one in the background. So we are going to head into Walmart and pick up some supplies, and we'll show you what we're going to get and then how to construct it and how to set up your lighting. And there you go. Alright, everybody, we've made it to Walmart. Let's go inside. So this is the paper that we need, and you can tell it's got a beautiful green sheen on it, and they got other colors, but this is the one we need. They're only 77 cents. So we found that having 4 of these works out really good. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and my assistant we'll grab them and put them in the cart for us. There we go. And now we need to find the tape. So, oh wait, yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, that's one thing we got to try to be a little bit delicate with these. Maybe stand them up in the corner, in between here. I'll keep them somewhat straight. Don't bend them. Okay, we'll be back in a second. This is the tape. We actually used a single roll of this type of tape, and we just taped it on the back. You see it's just $1. But what we're going to look for this time is we're actually going to look for green masking tape that will match the color. So we're going to look around a little bit, see if we can find it. Otherwise, we'll be using the same tape we got before. Well, we looked through Walmart, we couldn't find green tape, so we wandered over to Staples because it's right next door, and as you can see, there is no colored tapes whatsoever. Walmart had these pretty design tapes. Staples doesn't have it, so we're gonna head over to the art store. Okay, we've hit the mother lode in tape. This is everything you could ever want. We looked through because we were only seeing this dark green right here. Well, back over here in the far corner in the bottom was what we were looking for. Look at this, guys. It's beautiful. It's perfect color. So I do not know how much these are, but we're gonna take that one, and then we'll head back to the house and try it out. So we are back, and this is the tape that we picked up, and you can tell it's pretty close. Let me go ahead. Mike, can you hold this right there? No, don't put your fingers in front of it. There you go. Okay, just point it down right there. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we actually got this at Michael's. We went by Walmart, they didn't have the tape. We went by Staples, they didn't have the tape, so we went by Michael's and they had it. This is the duck tape, and this is the tape that it actually is. Now it does have a sheen to it, which means so it has a shininess to it, which is a bit of a worry because it changes the way that things look. And as you can see right here, we've got our existing one up that we did. I took some, normal blue tape for walls and taped this up. And what I actually did is on the tape is actually on the back side of this, and it wasn't a perfect match, but it didn't really matter. And you can also see a little bit of tape right there, one right there. We got nothing right there. I was able to do a little bit right there, and we've got this big gap that you can kind of see from the top right here, but that doesn't matter. A lot of this is going to be behind me, so this main piece right here is going to be behind my head and behind my body, and then it goes down pretty far. And you see, I even left the little stickers on there because they're not going to be seen. I really don't care. And you can kind of see right here, see this little crease? So this tells you that even with the little bends in the paper, it's still going to work. Even with the lines in the paper, it's still going to work. Even with a little piece of sheen on, like right there, you can definitely see it right there with the shine. It still works. We've actually got a ceiling light up here This is what gives us our light. We also have the window over there which gives us some light. So that actually is high enough where at the angle it doesn't shadow or cast a shadow enough to disrupt everything on this green screen. Stick with the clear tape, do the back side of this, and then do this way. Now on this piece right here, the reason that it's not actually attached is because I had a piece of tape on the back side of here on this top that was going to attach to the bottom. It just so happened that it kind of flipped itself back on itself, so it created like a two-sided situation. So it's actually sticking to the wall, which I actually like. I wasn't expecting to do it, but it worked out great. I've got another piece of tape, and you can see the little shine that appears right above my finger. That's an actual gap where the tape is combining these two pieces together. And the same thing I've got on the back right here where it's actually together. There's a piece of tape. And then I was having some difficulty with the space here being too much. It came out a little bit too much like this is, and it created a weird mark. So I taped very tinily some little spots here, here, and here, and it seems to work out great. We use XSplit for our recording, and this will pop up in a second. Okay, and as you can see, I am down in the corner. There it is right there. We've got it set up so it recognizes the chroma key, and if you go into, and I've got this little webcam up there. It's a Logitech webcam, and it works out really great. So anyways, in the settings there is a chroma key area, as you can tell, and you just have to fiddle with these sliders until you get the desired effect around you so it doesn't show anything. Again, you know, as you can tell, even if I slide over a little bit, it cannot see anything besides me. So even with that tape, even with everything else, it worked out great. Another thing you also should do is, if you have something like XSplit where you can identify the recording area of what's being seen by the webcam, make marks on the wall with maybe a piece of tape or something like that to indicate where the borders of the area that will be seen. And then you can kind of judge the size that you're going to need for your green screen. I did it and I realized that I couldn't do it with just 2 sheets. It would be too low, and so I combined 4 of them together, and that worked out great for me. In the other area, and you know, the distance between that webcam and me is probably about 1.5 feet, and the distance between me when I'm actually sitting down and this is probably maybe 1 foot, maybe 9 inches, something like that. So it's not really, you know, it's not that big. So that is how you do a green screen on the cheap. If you can't get even lighting on the green screen, I recommend that you buy just a standing lamp, something that you can sit next to you. Okay guys, I almost completely forgot about this. This is the program that we use for our editing. We've obtained an educational copy, and so this is what we use. As you can see, we've got some Metro Last Light, and I'm gonna go ahead and load these because they'll show you what we've gotten here. This is a pretty simple program to use for video editing based on, you know, what we need to do. We don't need to do anything really fancy. The MP4s that are recorded in XSplit come in here perfectly and just work out really well. And as you can see, as I scrub through the timeline, it shows different things going on in the background. And we'll get some audio here, and I'll show you how this plays through. So there's our, and you can see it scrubbing through the time, you know, as it goes through, and when it gets done, there you go, and look at that. You cannot see anything around me. In fact, this program is really great because we can do callouts, we can do special effects, we can do changes of the audio. You can see I've actually separated the audio and the video because we had a timing issue where the video wasn't lining up with the audio perfectly, so we had to remove or separate them. And there's an actual, you right click on the video, you choose separate audio from video, and then it does it. And we've also got a special, you know, some little effects here for different things that we want to annotate in the video. And then once we're done, you know, we just go to produce and share. Let's see if we can get a focus in here. There we go. And we click next. We choose where we want to save it, and everything's already set up. I've oh shoot, well actually I should show this. When you first click that produce and share, you get certain options. I'm choosing MP4 only up to 720p, and what this will do is record to a file that then I can then upload to YouTube. You do see that it says share to YouTube right here. Haven't experimented with that yet. I haven't, you know, don't know whether that actually will improve the video quality, but this works out fine for me. For perhaps in the, you know, later in the future we'll experiment. But you see how great this looks? You know, it takes out that ucky background. I had some marks on the walls behind me from the chair, and you know, so, but this is great. This is how it would look. That's it. If you guys have any questions, please comment the video. If you like the video, please hit the like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We will see you next time.